Good morning, just a quick chat about the Peter Pig Hannomags. Now the official name of this German WW2 half-track is the SDKFZ 251. Now the Peter Pig ones are all the C versions. So later war versions were the D, but the C served throughout the war because it's got the more angled, the pointy back. The D version's got the flat back. Anyway, the basic model works like this. Here's the basic model. It's metal. It's a hull casting. There's 2 track castings, one each side, and 2 wheel castings, and a front plate. The front plate has lots and lots of variants in it, and we supply this randomly. The basic Hanomag comes with a front little machine gun, little MG34 there I think it is, and a rear machine gun. Now the rear machine gun was usually dismounted when the troops got out. Now although they're armoured, these half-tracks weren't intended to be up close and fighting. So when the men sit in it, this is properly done, you see bits of their head sticking up. That's quite normal for these half-tracks. Although they get up close to the enemy, as the war progressed, they were not assault weapons as such. Trying to assault in it, you probably end up dying, which is bad news. It's a nice little half-track in the war. It fought quite well, did lots of things. They never had enough of them, of course. So on all the propaganda films, you have loads of these half-tracks. In reality, they had a lot of horse-drawn, a lot of men walking. Anyway, so there's the basic smooth version. You see what the model is like. There it is, all very nice. Now, different versions. This one is one of the camo versions. It's got stuff all over it. The camo version, there are 4 variants within that. Because if all the camo was the same, it wouldn't be very interesting. So it's got the camo on the front. Camo all over it, and that could be dry brushed inks. These I've done a simple tan coat with a bit of dry brushing, a bit of inks, that sort of stuff. But they look very nice. Now we do a crew pack for these. The crew pack consists of 4 strips of the 3 little men you see, so enough for 2 half tracks, and also 2 of the front gunner. He's got the gun attached to the figure. So if you buy the crew pack, you've got enough to crew up 2 half-tracks in entirety with 2 strips of men in each and a front gunner. There we go. This is the ordinary half-track with the men in it. That's 251. Now here is the later war Platoon Commander's half-track. The Platoon Commander had a little 37mm gun on the front. Later in the war, they did the lower shield. This is the late war lower shield. Early in the war, they had the standard shield from the ground-mounted gun, the little Pack 37. So here's the later war one. Notice the rear machine gun's got the little tub magazines on it, so you don't have a belt dangling around. Doors are at the back. That's the way your men would go in and out. Other versions. We do a nice covered one. That could be used for an ambulance or just a troop carrying one with the canvas up. You don't want to get all wet and rainy. There we go. That's with the canvas on top. And the hoops inside were attached temporarily and the canvas stretched over the top. These things are right pain in the neck to drive because the steering wheel isn't actually vertical. It slopes the wrong way away from you. And there we go. Now this is called the Stummel. It's got a 75mm short gun on it. Obviously it's all cast in. And this model was actually built with the gun in the proper place. Some of the later ones, the gun was a little bit higher up, a bit more of a bodge. But there it is, the gun's nice and low. There's the crew in there. 75mm Stummel, infantry support, limited anti-tank ability. That's the Stummel. It's another Stummel. Let's put them side by side. So here we go. Yeah, they're good looking half-tracks. The German angles are always very interesting. Next one. Oh, there's another camo one there. In fact, I'll move the camera down. You can see what they look like as a group. Hannomags are very good looking vehicles. Very nice indeed. There we go. Now, a typical platoon would have 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of them, the platoon commander one, would have the anti-tank gun in it. There it is, 4. There we go. They're ready to go. That's typical platoon of Hannomags. And as you can see on the camo ones, there's some slight variation on them as well to make it more interesting. Now, and they come out very nice. As I said, we've done these in a basic dark sand. And then on top of that, use some dry brushing. The men are glued in, of course, because you can't take them in and out. It's not a doll's car. But I mean, I think they look very nice. And the wheels are always very interesting on these Hannomags. Yeah, but SDK have said 251 troop carrier. Served throughout the war. This is version C, which you can use throughout the war, but later in the war they introduced the version D as well, to save a bit on materials. Not as powerful as the US half-track, but it did a good job. Alright, that's it. There's the Hannomags. Thanks very much.